All right, Shalom. This is Harawan by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, right here in Jacksonville, Florida. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Harakah Kwadash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. And Shalom to you, Akim, and Agwati, my children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is going to be a quick lesson, give a little clarity on this whole Feds Now program that they got coming out. Really starting this month, going into the end of this year. All right, really the whole of this July month. All right, they're ushering in this Feds Now program, where a lot of people think it's the actual digital system. Some people think it's the Cbdc, and they want to know what it is. So let's get into it. I want to read this real quick. It says, this is from the Federal Reserve's website.org, federalreserve.org, all right, frbservices.org. And it says this about the Feds Now service. It says, the Federal Reserve, the Fed Now service is a new instant payment infrastructure. Instant payment infrastructure, all right, setting up the infrastructure. These are important words. Developed by the Federal Reserve. So it's something developed over there in Europe that basically they're launching off in China and also in America. All right, the type of systems, mainly in America with the Feds Now program through what they call the Biden administration at this moment. But China already launched a similar system. All right. Now, and I'm just keep reading. It says the Federal Reserve that allows financial institutions of every size across the U.S. to provide safe and efficient instant payment services. All right, so institutions. Now, that's what we need to understand. Dealing with this Feds Now program, it's not talking about the citizens yet. It's not getting to the people yet. It's dealing with the institutions. What's the institutions? The banks. All right, all of the banks. And so if a bank wants to trade with another bank or send money to another bank, they're trying to make they want to make the transactions instant, so it's like a blink of an eye. And or say for instance, if you want to say it would deal with civilians, it would be in this way. If a person was sending money to somebody or something like that, or paying a bill, I'd rather say paying a bill, not sending money to someone, not P2P, not person to person, but a person was paying a bill, and they say, I'm gonna pay my electric bill. Well, the electric company may not get that money for like 2 or 3 business days. So now they're setting it up with the Feds Now program to where it'll be instant. They get the money instantly. All right, so it's like quick, instant transactions. All right, so hopefully you can understand that dealing with institutions. But then, so that's the whole goal. They're trying to make everything light and fast. Boom, quick transactions. Even on the level of when they bring in something called the Cbdc, which is something totally different. It's totally different. The Cbdc, which means the central bank digital currency, which the Feds is planning to release real soon. The IMF also talked about releasing one into the system, that they have an actual Cbdc ready to be launched. All right. Central bank digital currency is different than the Feds Now program, where the Feds Now program changes the transactions instantly between institutions like banks and corporations. But the Cbdc, it will change transactions between person to person, person to banks, or whatever you want to call it. All right, so that's the Cbdc. Now, the Cbdc, that's going to be the form, allegedly, of control. All right, if you look at China, they already launched their Cbdc program or system. It's actually a system of transactions to where it could be monitored and controlled. They can say, hey, you can only use, you bought 20 rolls of toilet paper this month. You can only buy one this week. And they'll also force you to use the money, meaning they'll have an expiration date on the money. All right, just like China already has proven, China already brought their system out, and they got an expiration date on the money, meaning if they don't use the money expires by a certain time. So they're forcing you to use your money, which is like a form of slavery, you know, overworking. And then once you use the money, they're telling you what they're gonna force you and tell you what you can use the money on, saying you can only buy this or that. Or you spent too much on gas, you can only buy this much gas. You know, so you won't be able to go anywhere, things like that. All right, or taxes. They could just say, hey, we're gonna take out your taxes. Don't worry about it, you don't have to pay taxes, we just take them. So this is their goal, this is their plan, ultimately dealing with the Cbdc. All right, so you got the Feds Now program, which is set up to affect the institutions with quick transactions, instant transactions between each other, like the banks and corporations. And then you have the Cbdc, which will affect person to person, and it will ultimately destroy all the other, or push out of the way all the other digital currencies like Bitcoin, all right, on the blockchain. And this will usher in, once they have the Cbdc in place, on a global scale, they can bring out the XRP and Ripple, all right? XRP and Ripple. Now, I think the XRP is the system and the Ripple is the actual coin form of it. The reason it's not on the market right now because they're using it as a stock, but they haven't changed it over to a currency yet. Once they do that, it's going to be pushed as a world currency, XRP. And that's a form of instant transactions between country to country, person to person. You see that? So, all right, so these are things to look for. You're going to hear about XRP. You're going to hear about Ripple real soon, man, the Ripple system or the XRP system. All right. So, and this right here is ultimately, because you deal with Bitcoin, you deal with Cash App, all these transactions are bankrupting the banks because there's money being pulled out of the banks all day, every day, pushed into Cash App, pushed into Bitcoin. You know, they're snatching money out of different directions of these banks. So to save the banks, as you want to call it, you know, give more power to the banks, they're moving to this Feds Now program, which is going to make instant transactions, which makes more money for the banks and, you know, whatever corporations. Now, so that's their whole goal. Now, when that all comes to a grinding halt at lightning speed, man, all these super transactions, these supercomputers all around the world, and it's going to be way worse than 2008. It's going to be way worse than the 1930s, you know? Imagine a traffic jam or a car having to stop at 150 miles per hour. Come to a grinding halt, you know? Things moving at super speed and it just stops. It's gonna be impossible for the human mind to be able to unravel what's about to be tangled once these systems crash. All right. So yeah, man, I wanted to give a little explanation or clarity on what the Feds Now program is, what the Cbdc is, what's the difference between the two. All right. So hopefully that makes some sense. And let me get into some scriptures with that in mind. This is Job chapter 20, verse 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short. So the triumphing of the wicked is short. All right. So they seem like they're triumphing, And it seems like they're going to get their whole new world order in place, and they're going to succeed in bringing the metaverse and digital system and, you know, blase squaze. And but the Lord said the triumphing of the wicked is short. So that, you know, we all know that pride cometh before the fall. So they're being set up. Their chin is being lifted up for the big knockout. All right. So it says here, let me go to Job 20. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, man. So this empire is coming to a close, man. Esau's rulership upon this earth, the American conglomerate, the American empire, the great Babylon, is coming to an end. You know, the staff of the wicked, the strength of the wicked, Esau, the Illuminati, or whatever you want to call them, in this earth, they're losing their power. They're going to lose it. Just when they think they got it, they're going to lose it. All right, so the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. You know, so though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, man. You know, them building their empire, lifting themselves up in pride, right? All right. Yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he, man? So they're about to be chased away. You know? Where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away like a vision in the night. So I'm just go down to the point. It says here, verse 20. In verse 20 it says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. All right, and that's what they're hoping for, that they're going to be able to eat, devour, complete their enterprise, bring in their new world order, and they're going to be able to chill and set it up for their children after them. But no, they're not going to feel quietness in their belly. You know, like somebody eats something and it feels good on their stomach. All right. All right, all the riches they've stolen from the earth, they're going to give it all up. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, man. So as soon as they think they're safe, that's when the Lord going to put them in a messed up position. Things just not going to work. You know, their trickery is not going to work. Their system is going to fall apart. All right. The Lord said they shall build, but he's going to throw it down. And every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So all these nations are going to be coming at the beast system, if you want to call it that. NATO, Europe, European Union, America, all the ones that's pushing this system and the satanic agenda upon this earth. The Edomites. So all the nations are going to come against him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, man. So as soon as they're about to fill their belly, just like a lion seeking what they may devour, right? And they want to fill their belly, meaning put people in martial law, take control of everybody with their digital system. That's when the Lord said, he's going to, it says, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, man. What's that? ICBM missiles, World War III. And shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So this is what we're looking for. When they're bringing in their new system, bringing in their military control, and their new religion, which is going to be based on science and Satanism. Well, these are things to look for when they bring in the charagma with the system behind. They're putting the system in place, the beast system. AI technology, controlling everything. That's their new idol. All right. Right, man. Revelation 12:12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." What's that? The elect. The elect is in the elect in the heavens. You know, and the angels, and Yahushua, and Yahweh, and us that are upon this earth that have our conversations in heaven. You know, it says what? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. All right, so those that are going to be left on the earth in the midst of the destruction, and also the ones that have their mind in this world. So woe unto them. And of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, man. All right, and that wrath goes into their roaring like a roaring lion. All right, seeking whom they may devour with this system, with their trickery, through their media, through their entertainment, through their religion, you know, through their religious tentacles, meaning like these churches, these mosques, these temples that they have out here, these gurus online, these fake leaders. And they're all pushing people towards that door of destruction, pushing people towards that new system that they're trying to bring about of control. So where they can control when you leave the house, what you buy, how far you go, what cities you can go to. You try to go to another city, they say, nah, you can't go, you're going past your limit. You know, you only got enough gas to get here. You can get gas in this city, but not this city. You know, you didn't get, you didn't go along with their agenda, so we're cutting your money for this week. And that empowers and deputizes the corporations. Because the police right now, they can't do anything according to the Constitution. They can't force you to go with their agenda. That's why police haven't shown up saying, you got to take it, you got to do this, you got to do that. Because of the Constitution, they can't do it. You know? But they can have, or let's say freedom of speech. The Constitution is in their way. It gives people too much freedom. All right, according to their agenda. All right, so now, because you know, freedom of speech. Now, if you go into a store, a corporation can say, we're going to trespass you, or you can't work here unless you do this or that. See that? So that's what they're going through. They're going to use the corporations to push their agenda real soon, just like they did during the lockdown. You can't come in here unless you did this. You can't come in here unless you got a mask. You got to stand 6 feet apart. That wasn't the police pushing that. That was the corporations. So look for that to happen again. All right, that was a preliminary round of what they really about to do. All right, but you see, it's two different systems. The first system was the Feds Now, which is dealing with the instant transactions between major institutions or small institutions, like banks and such, and corporations. But then you have the Cbdc, which is going to take over the blockchain system. All right, and bring in a currency, a digital currency, which can be also capsulized in a charagma, you know, MOTB. But they can have everything hooked up to it, have everybody hooked up to the AI system, put people into the metaverse. As you seen, the Roy Jones fight that just passed with this Nigerian weightlifter or boxer named NBO Champ. They fought inside the metaverse, and that joint looked horrible. Nobody even talking about it. It was horrible, man. So people that wanted to watch the fight, they had to sign up to this damn wicked metaverse just to watch this damn fight. You know, trying to get people used to it. Weaning people into this system, you know. So it says, therefore, Revelation 12:12, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Because the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So that great wrath is what they're pushing right now. Especially when they already saw the pushback against their first lockdowns. That was a resistance test to see who's going to resist, who's not going to listen to all the dissidents, you know. And now they're about to come down with the hammer. But the Lord's going to be with his elect. This is a beautiful time to be in. Scary, but beautiful. If you're on the right side of the fence. This is Proverbs 19 and 12. It says, the king's wrath is as a roaring lion, man. So that's what it's talking about when it says the wrath is the same thing as their roaring. When it speaks about the lion seeking whom he may devour like a roaring lion, they're talking about with their wrath. The wrath of Esau, you know. They want to really get rid of Jacob. That hatred that they have, man. These Edomites. The king's wrath is as a roaring lion, but his favor is as dew upon the grass. All right, and that's a righteous king. Their favor is as the dew upon the grass. But the king's wrath is as a roaring lion, man. This is 1 Peter 5 and 8. No, 5 and 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, right? Find you a camp, find you some brothers, and link up and get into this truth, man. All right? So humble yourself, meaning get in order under the mighty hand of Yahweh. And under that hand is talking about Yahushua. So get in order under Yahushua, right? Look at this nigga. And it says that he may exalt you in due time, man. That's what we want to be, exalted from this wicked ass place, man. All right? That ye may be exalted in due time. So when is our time to be exalted? Yeah. All right? But right now we see the wicked triumphing. But he said that time is short. It says, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. All right, so we got to know when all hell break loose and these devils try to take everything from us, which we don't have nothing anyway, but the little bit that we do have, when these devils try to take it away, we got to know that the Lord cares for us. All right? It says, be sober, be vigilant. So we got to be sober, meaning circumspect. All right, don't act off impulse, don't move in haste. You know? So don't move in haste. Staying calm. Right? It says, be sober, be vigilant. Yeah, we gotta be vigilant. We gotta be watching the prophecies, watching what's going on around you, all the things changing in the stores. And they're gonna bring in what I said. I brought this out years ago, dealing with the QR code. All right, Chi-Psi stigma. And the Psi system is set up on the QR code, same thing. All right. Or Chi, you know. So anyway, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary. So who's our adversary according to Deuteronomy 28? The enemy, the contender against us, the satanic people that are against righteousness, Esau, that are pushing their system. Think about that. So all their ways are grievous. That's what the Lord says, man. All their ways are wicked and grievous. The mystery of iniquity, already doing their work. So it says what? Our adversary, the devil, the deceiver, man, that's what they're doing. They're pushing deception. With everything they're doing, the digital system, everything. This is all planned. A planned collapse, a planned takeover, a planned impoverishing of this whole nation and people. Because America is operating off of de facto. It's not even a real country. This is the United States, a corporation with a president, like a manager, that's owned by those elites, globalists. All right, so they're seeking whom they may devour. It says what? As a roaring lion, deceiving, as a roaring lion, man, pushing their wrath. Walketh about, seeking whom they may devour, man. All right, so they're walking about, meaning they're setting up their systems in place and corporations and agendas in place to lock everybody down and have full control and have everybody submit to them. But the elect are going to stand strong. The elect are not going to fall to Revelations 13 and 16. Yeah, if you get a QR code in your phone, if you get a chip in your phone or on your debit card, that don't matter. You know, C-HIP. But that don't matter, because he said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. This is their stuff. You know, but to have it in your hand, that's different. That's ownership. All right, so he says what? Whom resist steadfast in the faith. So we resist in this whole thing in the faith, man. In the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that he cares for us. And he's going to be with us in these times of trouble that's coming. Knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.